Hello everybody, my name is Tubby Almighty and I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be showing off Bierzerkers, an early access arena brawler who has drawn a lot of inspiration from Pixar movies such as Brave and How to Train a Dragon, and other games such as Team Fortress 2 and the upcoming Blizzard sensation Overwatch. In Bierzerkers you could expect to fight and drink for the glory of Odin. Now, some of the problems that I found in this game was the animation and graphical glitches, such as helmets not always being there, weird player lagged movement, but other than that, it was pretty good for bug wise. Another problem was the small player base, but of course that comes with the game getting more rep and reputation. So let's jump on into it, shall we? What I found first of all was that Bierzerkers is much more team-oriented than you first might expect. It's important to have a wide variety of classes on your team in order to have success. Now, classes are divided up into 3 separate categories. The first category we're going to be looking at today is the offensive types. And for the first up for the offensive types is the Raider. The Raider is a versatile melee fighter who prefers to deal with his problems head-on, equipped only with a sword, a shield, and occasionally clothes. His Q ability is Shield Throw, used to catch his enemies at a range. It's one of his only ranged moves, as he is a mainly melee-enforced character, so use your Shield Throw sparingly as its cooldown is quite large. Next, we have his E ability, which is Thunder Stab, a powerful thrust ability that can be used to deal massive damage or used as a quick getaway. And lastly, but certainly not least, is his Shift ability, Whirlwind. Aside from being a massive cleave attack that strikes a large 360-degree area, it also turns the Raider basically into a Viking helicopter. Pretty fantastic if you ask me. Next up, we have the Scoundrel. The Scoundrel is an assassin who uses speed, stealth, mobility, and a mix of throwing daggers and powerful blades to ravage unsuspecting enemies. He has also got an ego bigger than Iron Man himself, Tony Stark. The Scoundrel's Q ability is Shadow Taunt, which when used places a decoy, a dancing decoy might I add, of your player model in wherever you press the button. Like wherever you press the button, the decoy will be. And when the decoy pops out, your player is granted invisibility. It could be used to either make a stealthy getaway or used to bait an enemy into attacking it, because if the enemy attacks your decoy, he will be blinded for a few seconds. Next we have his E ability, Bomb Toss. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You toss a bomb and it explodes. Oh, and did I mention it sticks to people? Next, his Shift ability is Screw Spin. Not the best name, I'd figure. It really, there's not much I could say about it. It's kind of also, again, what it sounds like. You press the Shift key and he spins at the enemy. That's actually all there is. Now next we move to the defensive category. Up first for the defense is the Huntress. The Huntress is a ranged specialist who excels at picking her targets apart from a distance with her bow. She's also an Ice Witch. Her Q ability is Ice Mist. She fires a giant arrow into the sky, and when it lands, it deals a massive area of effect damage. Next, her E ability is Freeze Arrow. If I could actually have landed one of these, you could have seen that when the arrow hits somebody, like I said, I couldn't hit shit. And finally, we have her Shift ability, which is Snowscape. When used, she pounces into the air, and anyone within a certain radius around her is frozen in place. She is totally one-of-a-kind, cold-hearted bitch. Next up for the defense, we have the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie sings and attempts to float across the battlefield with her spear and magic helmet. I say attempts to fly because there's no way these tiny wings would carry her fat ass anywhere. Also, her magical helmet disappears. Her Q ability is Sanctuary. She shoots a big bubble from who the hell knows where, and it grants her allies a shield. Next up, we have her E ability, which is called Shield Wall. She summons a wall of ghostly glowy men that enemies cannot pass through. She can use this to hide behind while she pokes enemies at a range with her spear. Next up, we have her Shift ability, which is Dive Bomb. Her little wings strain to carry her 20 feet up in the air, and then she dives bomb the ground, putting up an kind of egg-shaped arena around a certain area, and enemies can either go in or get out of it. And if enemies are trapped inside, again she can use her long spear to pick at them while they're stuck. Now we move to our third and final category, the supports. The lonely class in the support category is the Drunkard. The Drunkard is a melee support fighter who specializes in healing his teammates. This big old drunken hairy man is responsible for spraying his teammates with beer to keep them replenished. No joke, he just throws beer at them and it makes them better. His Q ability is Keg Stand. He throws down a keg, does a quick keg stand, sneaks in a couple chugs, and then leaves it there to provide AoE heals to his teammates. Next up, we have his E ability, which is Beer Wave. And you guessed it, he uses a keg and sends a wave of beer towards his enemies. And somehow, in some way, it hurts them, I guess, somehow. I don't know. And finally, we have his Shift ability, which is Belly Flop. This big old man flies high up in the air, then uses his giant, hairy beer gut to crush down and do some massive AoE damage. My final verdict for Bierzerkers is that it is a great, absolutely fantastic arena brawler that is very team-oriented and requires the team to be on the same page to get success. Though it has a long way to go, it is getting there relatively quickly along the development train. It is an early access game, it does have bugs, and it does have issues, that is 100% for sure. But if you and a couple buddies are requiring just a fun little game to play that's slightly on the competitive side, go pick up Bierzerkers and enjoy it. Go pick it up today. I'd like to thank you all for joining me. My name is Tubby Almighty, and I will see your beautiful faces in the next one.